Sports cards. I'm going to stay here now on a national stage. I believe that the culture of sneaker flipping is going to bleed into sports cards because these kids can't get enough inventory with sneakers. There's going to be a $50,000 Zion card to be had out of opening a $6 pack.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Well, I don't think people understand that sports cards are about to become a cultural phenomenon again. And so I'm just putting it on the record and media so I'm historically correct.
So what?
In 2019, there was no bigger hype man for sports cards than Gary Vee. Many credit him with helping lead an entire new and younger generation of buyers into the sports card market. It seemed a week wouldn't go by where Gary Vee wasn't pumping up the sports card market. Many people probably don't remember his 2018 video where he talks about the opportunity he had to purchase the entire Topps company.
It was the craziest moment of my life. I sat there on the phone, and you know how your brain can go really fast sometimes?
Yes, I do.
And it was an interesting point in my life because I invested in Facebook early on. So this was a realistic conversation. And it ran through my mind of, my God, I came to this fucking country. It barely bought my first pack of 83 Topps, could barely buy a pack. And I'm on a conversation right now to buy the whole fucking thing. This is the craziest shit ever.
Super iconic.
Despite not being able to land a deal for Topps, for the next several years, there may not have been a bigger name attached to sports card collecting than Gary Vee. But lately, Gary has virtually all but stopped promoting sports cards. He probably just experienced a burnout from collecting, like many people do. But in this video, I'll go over and speculate about 2 reasons why Gary Vee is no longer talking about sports cards. Gary Vee's interest in sports cards started to dwindle in mid-2020 when he publicly said he was taking a break from following the hobby. We received word that he was going through a divorce with his longtime wife, which could complicate his finances and his Luka collection. What we didn't know was that Gary was dating this super hot 34-year-old Persian doctor named Mona Van. Guys, I'm gonna let you decide what you would rather spend your evening doing. Looking up prices of Luka Doncic cards or hanging out with Mona Van. Guys, this seems like a pretty easy decision. We've always enjoyed the attention that Gary Vee has brought to the hobby. Here's us talking about him in the context of one of our now legendary card trimming podcasts.
Give you guys a little bit of an indication of what's going on in the hobby, because if you think this is the only guy that's doing it, no, he's probably showing other people how to do it, or he got showed how to do it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So if you guys want guys like Gary Vee to put a lot of eyeballs on this hobby, you guys better have all the skeletons out of your fucking closet. Because trust me,
Gary has openly talked about learning business skills from flipping sports cards in the 1980s and 90s and turning that into a lifetime of business success. He didn't become rich flipping sports cards. He became rich because he learned how to flip sports cards.
My entire career, and I'm not joking, is predicated on what I learned selling baseball cards. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
This entire company and all its success literally points back to baseball
Where
cards.
are my royalties?
How much do I owe you?
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Gary seems to be really into NFTs lately, and he's probably able to easily understand that business in part because he understands the sports trading card world pretty well. So whether it's a new relationship or new business interest, Gary probably at some point will circle back to the trading card world when the time is right for him. One thing I've never seen mentioned, though, is maybe Gary is upset from a business sense that he didn't get a part of this Topps and Fanatics deal. His only response that I've seen is this tweet that doesn't exactly give a glowing endorsement of the deal. Now, him and Fanatics owner Michael Rubin are friends. Gary and his new girlfriend recently attended Rubin's Super Bowl party. Rubin and Gary have also partnered up on a digital NFT business called Candy. But I've always wondered why Gary was on the outside looking in on some of these huge sports card deals that involved people he knows really well. Gary Vee is a polarizing figure in the sports card world. Some people love the attention he brought to the hobby when he was actively creating content about cards. Other people don't like his style or actual message, or just want things to go back to how things were before all the Pelican cases showed up. But hey, no matter what you think of Gary Vee, I'd be willing to bet he'll be back promoting cards fairly soon.